Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to share. Okay, so we're going to hop into some recognition here first. This is from January. All right, so this is our virtual team meeting for January. All right, so new year, better you. Okay, so if you did not know this, about 60% of people make New Year's resolutions, whether it's to eat better, change jobs, or try something new. But only about 8% of those people actually stick with their goals. That's not very good statistics. Our products, recipes, and business opportunity can help customers achieve their better for you goals in January and beyond. All right, so here are the people that we welcomed to our team last month. Mary Sweezy, Sharon Hunter. I'm going to brochure this. Debbie, you may need to help me out. Is it Shayla?
Sheila.
Sheila and Andrea. And then congratulations, Marissa, Juanita, Debbie, and Rachel for welcoming these people to your team. All right, so last month we had 177,000 in sales and only 4 recruits. So we're going to work on changing that number this month because that is not our goal for this month. Okay, so training that is going to be happening this month. If you do not, this is in the announcements on Team PC Hotshots. If you look in the announcements, it has all of these dates and times and things written down in there. So you can look if you need to refer to it at any point, but if you want to write any of this stuff down, you can. So opportunity event, this is where you can invite people that are interested in the business, people that have shown interest in your parties. You can let them know that they can check this event out, get for more information, and see if it's something that they would like to attend. So that's every Sunday at 8 o'clock Central Time. New consultant training is every Monday at 8:30. If you have not been on one of those yet, I highly recommend you to do it because honestly, we talk about host coaching, we talk about getting bookings from your parties, we talk about a lot of things that obviously new consultants need to know, but if you have not taken that course yet, I encourage you to do so because I really feel like it has a lot of knowledge just to help you in your virtual parties. So the Crushing and Cruising Team Retreat is January 24th through the 26th. Director Bound training will kick off this Sunday at 8 o'clock. Now, if this is something that you would be interested in, Director Bound is going to be letting you know more information about how you can get a solid calendar and get everything going where you can promote to director. Okay, the Legacy Leaders is a training that's going to be happening right after that. That is geared more to people that are ready to promote this month to director. Okay, they have maybe they have a few people, they only need a couple more, they have a solid calendar, they're ready to promote to director. So Director Bound is kind of let's get you ready, and Legacy Leaders is okay, I'm ready to do that this month. So that's kind of the difference in those two. All right, so home office news. So Doris Christopher had her first cooking show on October 15th, 1980. Since that day, Pampered Chef has been steadfast in our mission to provide tools that give people more confidence in the kitchen, recipes that help families enjoy more meal times together, and a business opportunity that makes the everyday better for our consultants. This year, we are celebrating 40 years of Pampered Chef. Throughout 2020, we'll have big and small celebrations, and we can't wait to share them all with you. So starting January 1st, they're going to add a packet of the Enrichables, the pea protein, and a packet of the kale and fiber to every new consultant kit. Okay, we also provide new consultants more information about those products and how to use them to generate sales. Okay, so people coming in will have a better knowledge of what these Enrichables are. So at Pampered Chef, we set a goal to add one person to our teams for every 4 parties we submit. So we do the hashtag #4GetYouMore on the Team PC Hotshots. Every time you have 4 parties in a week, be sure to jump on and post that hashtag #4GetYouMore on the Team PC Hotshots with the 4 hosts that you have that week, and I do a drawing based off of that hashtag. So when you have those 4 parties, you are looking that week to add one person from either those parties or the host, okay, to your team. Okay, so you can grow your team very quickly by doing this, but also the 4 parties a week are going to help you have a really, really consistent calendar. That's going to help you reach, honestly, pretty much any goal that you're going to want in this business. So speaking of New Year's resolutions, what's your resolution for this business? Okay, what's your why? Your incentive trip goal, your every 4 add 1 more goal. So there are these growth plans, and I can post a link to the growth plan, show you guys this on the Team PC Hotshots, and you guys can print this off. It's going to give you a plan for what you want, you know, out of the next 90 days. Okay, what your goals are, what you would like to have. So it kind of keeps it in front of you. So I'll post that on Team PC Hotshots so you guys can print that off, and it's a good place for you to start setting your goals. 3 areas for a successful January. Okay, so if you did not know, hosts that hold and close their parties the 1st to the 15th of January, they get a free close and cut. It is not something that you have to add to the party. They will just send that close and cut to every host that has a party during that period of time. So it has to be set up as a start date, the 1st to the 15th, and it has to be submitted by the 15th. Okay?
Can I go watch something back in your room?
Yes. So if you didn't know that, that close and cut automatically ships with your host. Okay? So selling of the blender, selling of enrichables, and recruiting. Okay, so booking tips. Obviously, hosts getting that free close and cut. Double rewards. Okay, I've had several host coaching calls so far, and even yesterday when I was talking to one of my hosts that's starting on Saturday, she was like, so how realistic is it for me to have $650 in sales? And so I just talked her through that in January, very realistic. Okay, I'm host coaching every single one of my parties to have $650 in sales. Every one of my hosts knows that their party has to get to $650 in order to get the double free. Okay, they don't get double free unless the party gets to $650. So I tell them that's free money. Why not have your party reach that goal? I'm encouraging them to get outside orders, at least 5 of them from people that are not on Facebook. Okay, so really focus on that goal with your host, and it's obviously going to help your sales for the month of January. January is typically one of my highest months in sales because I work with every host to hit the $650. So New Year, Better You party theme. Okay, so there's a new party theme in marketing imagery. That is the New Year, Better You party theme. Okay, so if you want to incorporate some healthy tips, tricks, and things like that within your parties, you can go to this party theme and they're going to have some ideas for you there. Okay, so bonus plus offer, happy host. Okay, so January, one of those items they can get at 60% off. So guess what, guys? Tonight I grilled some chicken on the double grill pan, took a picture of it. I'm going to post. Who would love to have grilled chicken in 7 minutes? I did this tonight for dinner before our 5:30 practice. So you can get it for $92 this month. Okay, so taking pictures and sharing how exciting these products are is the best way to get bookings this month. Okay, so looking at your January calendar, how does it look now? Okay, if you need to add some more bookings, reach out to potential hosts and suggest this party theme. Do you have any people that are trying to be healthier that would like some healthy recipe tips? Okay, tell them that you can do a New Year Better You party theme and get some of that information out to guests in the party. All right, I'm going to stop share for just a second. Okay, I'm going to switch back over. Where'd you guys go? Debbie, can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear this? Because I can see you.
Now that we are into the new year and earning the new incentive trip, let's keep booking January and start the year off strong. Something that I really like to do all year round, but especially this time of year, is focus on fundraisers, right? Spring sports are right around the corner. Who do you know that plays baseball, lacrosse, and other spring sports? Or maybe people going on mission trips coming spring and summer. These are some of the people that you can focus on to help them raise funds for whatever they are raising for, whether it be the sport or pilgrimage or anything like that. I know recently I was at a church painting party, and I made sure that I reached out to the person that was in charge of it. And I mentioned to her that Pampered Chef offers fundraisers, and would she be interested in hosting one of our fundraising programs to raise some more funds? And she wasn't so sure about it, and she wasn't sure that the priest in the church would be interested as well. But I told her that the mission of Pampered Chef was to bring families back to the table and enriching lives one meal and one memory at a time. And when I shared those words with her, she was like, oh my goodness, I think Father's gonna like that. And sure enough, he was. And the few little kids that were in this group, they raised over $3,000. So it's a great way to add some more bookings to your calendar by offering fundraising programs. Another thing this time of year, you're going to see on Facebook a lot of people offering challenges, right? So why don't you start a group of challenges for men and women that want to be held accountable to get healthy this new year, right? We have a lot of products in our line that you can share. We do salad in the jar and show them how they can prep lunch for the entire week. Or maybe you can show them the deluxe cooking blender and how to make some healthy soups that are quick and easy for the week. Or you could show them the spiralizer and do zoodles. So we have a lot of products. Put some people in a challenge group, show them some recipes, show them some tips, and show them the products that we have, and do a challenge party. I know I was talking to my friend Tammy Hunter, and we were talking about the Enrichables and what we can do to really promote the Enrichables. We have so many recipes that we can throw Enrichables in, and they don't even have to be Pampered Chef recipes. So who do you know that are health conscious? Who do you know that have picky eaters? We have ways that we can show our products and recipes using the Enrichables. I know I met a group of women that were talking about their picky eaters, and one mother said her child only eats mac and cheese and sweets. So what do? You teach her how to put Enrichables in the mac and cheese, how to put Enrichables in smoothies, how to put the Enrichables in brownies, right? So get a group of moms together and share the Enrichables, and maybe do a subscription party. Maybe have a mom or a health conscious person hold a subscription party where you're going to show them how to use the Enrichables and use our products at the same time. And maybe you can even reward your host for every subscription that she gets for you. And I know this time of year, we in Western PA get a lot of nasty weather. So maybe if you're in an area where you have a live party going on and all of a sudden a big snowstorm comes in, you don't want to lose that party. Now today with the virtual parties, you can turn it into a snow day, right? So you can do a virtual online party and not have to worry about the snow day anymore. So just say, oh, you know what? I know the weather out there is not nice. Why don't we just get your friends together? We can do a 1 hour online virtual party. You could also do a Zoom call with them, and you can save that booking. Another thing you can do this time of year is visit health clubs, Weight Watchers, health clubs. Maybe set up a table and show them the Enrichables once again, because this is a great product that we can show to get people to get the fiber and protein into their diet that they may not be getting otherwise. And this time of year, everybody wants to get out of the house. Everybody has cabin fever, right? So why don't you hold a cabin fever party? Or maybe wine, cheese, and chocolate. Let's do a wine night out, right? Everybody likes wine. Well, I don't, but most people do. It could be a hot cocoa party, something fun and entertaining just to get people out of the house. So I hope those ideas were helpful. Let's keep booking January. Let's start off the new year strong. Good luck, everybody.
Okay. All right, so you heard some about the Enrichables, feature collections, and there's the guest offer with the prep mats. Tools for a healthier lunch, tools that help make fresher lunches in less time. Okay, so they're featured on page 26 through 27. So these are just some ideas of collections that you can focus on either in your parties or sharing with your friends that are trying to start off the year eating healthier. Smart snacking solutions, making their own granola bars and things. And then game day must-haves, fun and functional products when you're hosting the party for a big game, like the Super Bowl coming up. Okay, so use the guest offer to talk about healthy eating. It promotes spending $80 or more. When you share this, mention their New Year's resolutions, mention the knife skills and portion information on the mats. Remind customers how useful this product will be all year long. So that's a $20 value. You get all three of those for free. Okay, so that's really a pretty good guest special this month. There is the cup. Who is going to earn this cup this month? Okay, $7.50 in sales gets you the celebrating 40 years of Pampered Chef. So be sure. Plus, you're going to earn points towards a cruise with us in on top of it for the 2020 incentive trip. Okay, so if you have not seen the kit for this month, okay, $129 kit, $500 worth of products for $129. They get the blender and everything that you see there in that picture. Okay, anything is possible in January, and now's the perfect time for your hosts and customers to explore new opportunity by becoming a Pampered Chef consultant. This is only for January. So if you have anyone that has been eyeing that blender, let them know, not so they just can get the kit and not do anything with the business, but if they would even want to try it, have them look at getting this kit and trying it. We're going to come back to this if we have enough time at the end. So when you recruit a new consultant, I want to be sure that everyone knows this information. When you recruit a new consultant in January and help them qualify in their first 30 days, you're going to get 100 Pampered Chef dollars. So if you're like, man, I wish that kit was around when I started, here's the thing. Invite 2 people to your team this month, get them qualified, and get that blender for free. Okay, because you're going to have 200 in PC bucks, and you can get that blender at half off. Okay, so if you're wanting that blender, that's a perfect way to do it. Invite 2 people, help them get qualified, and get those $100 in PC bucks. So you get 100 instead of 50 PC dollars this month. So be sure that all of you know that. And you can use those PC dollars even for national conference registration, okay, which we're going to talk about in just a second. So PC bucks will help as you go through this year. Okay. All right. Joining is always simple, rewarding, and fun. So you have the new consultant kit, especially with the kit we have this month. We have Dash to help our new consultants, and we have the Fast Track rewards. As people start out, they can earn all of those products and rewards. We also have resources for the recruiters, okay? If you have new people on your team, or if you are planning on having people join this month, okay, there's all these different flyers that are going to be available to all of you so that you can help your new consultant start strong. So when you recruit, that person, you have the personal reward that you're making a difference and impacting someone's life. That to me is the biggest part of recruiting. You get overrides on your personal team sales. This month you're getting 100 PC bucks, not just the 50, and you get 3,000 incentive trip points when someone qualifies and an unlimited earning opportunity. Okay, who is excited about the cruise that we are earning this year to travel next year in May? Okay, so here are the different ways that you can earn this cruise. For every dollar you sell, you get a point. Build your team, 3,000 points when your new consultant qualifies. For every month you meet the paid as requirements for your team leader. So when you become a team leader, on up, if you get paid at your title for that month, you get paid as points. Whether you're a team leader is 2 people on your team, and director is 5, and then it goes on up from there. So if you are working on adding people to your team and you meet your title, you get points that way too. Director promotion points, you get 5,000 points when you promote to director. And developing directors, have someone promote to director on your team and you get 6,000 points. Okay, or you can earn up to 6,000 points. They've changed that this year. So it's a 2,000, 2,000, 2,000 within a 3-month period. Excellence Awards. Okay, Excellence program goes until the end of May. Okay, you can earn in 4 different categories. So we are working on earning excellence at this point. All right, so here are our top performers for the month. Let's give them some cheers in the chat. So Tony with 9,567, which is awesome for December. Leslie Williams, 5,210. Michelle Richmond, 4,703. Phyllis, 4,540. Christy Stratton, 3,137. Christy Barnett, 3,069. Angela Campbell, 3,029. Sally Youngblood, 3,023. Jill Fogo, 3,001. So all of those people got the third level there. So Misty Rodriguez, 2696. Jean Williams, 2679. Julie Kelly, 2600. Melissa Gooden, 25. Debbie Belden, 2166. Christina Shedd, 2071. Kayla Ford, 2026. Look at those two tied within 10 cents of each other. Dusty Norris, Christy McKinney, 1,998. And Joanna, 1,983. Way to go, ladies. That's our top 20 in the organization of over 500 people. So that is a huge accomplishment right there, ladies. So be proud of yourself. All right, so these are the people that had $1,000 parties. We got Christy and Tony, Dusty, Kayla, Stephanie, Vanessa, Elizabeth, Tina, Bailey, Phyllis, Terry, Sally, and Tony. Way to go, everyone that had a $1,000 party or more last month. Here are all of the achievers for the different levels. Okay, we have the level 1 achievers. There's your level 2 achievers, and there are our level 3 achievers. Now, keep in mind, these are the achievers that I can see. Okay, if you earned one of these and we can't see you, be sure to hop on there in the chat because I only can see up to my 3rd generation. So if your name is not on here, it's not because you're not important. These are just the people that I can personally see, because if you're past my 3rd gen, then I unfortunately cannot see your numbers. So, but be sure and shout it out if you're one of the achievers, or if you had sales within the range of the top 20 too. Okay, February specials at a glance. Okay, if you guys have not seen February special yet, here it is. For the guests, you can get both. So this is a little bit different. Free when they spend $80, you get the mini nylon spatula. You get both free when they spend 100. Okay, so pay close attention to that because that will be changing for February. So they have an opportunity to earn 2 products if they get to 100. So it's 80 and then 100. So it's kind of split up. Get the Rock Crock and Stoneware at 60% off for the month of February. All right, so here are some dates that you need to know coming up. Spring launch, where all of the new products will be announced for the spring, is February 3rd. Okay, Empower 2020 is going to be March 1st. And so if you are an advanced director or above by March 1st, Empower 2020. And then new consultant is July 8th through the 10th. We are going to be taking a whole bunch of us there this year. It's the 40th anniversary. It is downtown Chicago. It's going to be amazing. You do not want to miss that opportunity. All right. Okay, I'm going to stop share on here now. And is my friend Trina on here? She is. Yay. Okay, I'm going to change the view here, Trina, to speaker view so we see you nice and...
Oh, wonderful. So I will be large and in charge.
Yes, so this is my good friend Trina. If you guys have not met her yet, those of you that went to conference met her because we did our team time together. So she's my pal. We talk pretty much on a daily basis. So she has agreed to come on here. I knew that she did this training with her team. And sorry.
Todd, get your act together.
Open in a box. Anyway, so Trina, take it away. I think we are ready for you.
Awesome. Well, perfect. First of all, I just love me some Melody Harper. So I love being able to come and connect with you guys. Yeah, so I have done this goal setting workshop with my team a couple years in a row now. And I just think it is a super great way to just kind of help you guys get focused and understand some things and really think through some stuff. Because I don't know about you guys, but like I am one of those people, I need like some concrete stuff. And I have ideas and things floating around in my head all the time about, well, maybe I want this, or maybe I want this, or maybe that would be great. So we are going to spend some time actually getting, oh God, all the dogs are coming. Let's see if we can keep them away from us. And we are actually going to watch a short little video that is called The Rule of 5. And if you have seen it before, awesome. I want you to try to put on new glasses so that you can get an idea of how it's really relevant to you right now. Okay, with what we're going to be talking about, because it is so important to figure out when we're going after a goal, whether it seems really big or whether it's moderate or whatever it is, kind of how to approach it. So here, I will go ahead and screen share and hope that it comes up just fine for me. Here we are, right? No. Did I? Hold on, wait a second. I know I sent it to Harper, so here, hold on. Let me pull it up again. I feel like I had it primed and now it's gone. And now it's gone. Oh no, it is there. Okay, it just had a different thing. Okay, can you guys see my screen? Can you see this little YouTube right now? Yay, nay, I can't see any of your faces. So if you're nodding at me, it's not helping. Ready? Hold on. Show video panel. Can you see my screen, Harper?
Yeah, I can. Okay, it's kind of focusing in and out. But I think it's okay now.
I was going to say sometimes it takes a sec because I live in the boonies, y'all. Sometimes it takes a second. Okay, if for some reason it gets angry at us and doesn't show at all, then let me know, but I'm going to go ahead and play.
Okay.
The Rule of 5 is the most life-changing concept for focusing on success that I have ever taught, that I've ever lived. So I'm just going to drop it on you just enough to help you understand the 5 concept, to help you understand the 5 things you need to do to lift your leadership lid. The Rule of 5 just simply says, if you have a tree in your backyard that you want to cut down, and you have an axe, if every day you pick up that axe and you go to that tree and you swing 5 times with that axe to hit that tree, put the axe down. The next day you go out, pick up the axe, swing 5 times at the tree. Put the axe down. The next day you go out, pick up the axe, and 5 more times you swing at that tree. 5 times every day you pick up the axe, and only 5, not 50, not 15, not 500. 5. If you swing 5 times a day at that tree with that axe every day, let me ask you a question. What eventually is going to happen to that tree? That tree is going to... Now, there's no question about that, is there? There's any doubt. You don't have to sit around the table and kind of say, do you think it will? Let's hold hands and sing Kumbaya and hope. If you swing 5 times a day at that tree every day, that tree will fall. End of story. Now, if it's a big tree, it may take a couple years. If it's a little tree in your backyard, I don't know, maybe in a month you could knock that baby down. I don't see. Now, the size of the tree will determine how long it takes for it to fall. But that's not what we're debating here. What we're teaching here is if you swing 5 times a day at that tree, every day the tree will fall. Now that's the rule of 5. The rule of 5 says, find your tree. What's your goal in life? What's your purpose? What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to knock down? Where's your axe? What are your tools? What is it that you're going to use to effectively go after that goal 5 times a day? What are you? What is it? Because whatever that is, if you use it 5 times a day, every day, you'll be highly successful. For example, I write books. So let me just put that in writing for a moment. I've written 73 books. Jason, that was a nice introduction. It's 22 million, not 19. But what's 2 or 3 million? Give a little, take a little here, a little there. People say, John, how have you written 73 books? Oh, thank you for asking. The rule of 5. You see, there are 5 things I do every day that allows me to write that many books. It's not magic. It's not that I'm brilliant. It's just that I know the rule of 5. The rule of 5. You see, every day I read. Every day I file. Every day I think. Every day I ask questions, and every day I write. Every day I do those 5 things. Every day I read. Every day I file. Every day I think. Every day I ask questions. Every day I write. Every day I read. Every day I think. Every day I file. Every day I ask questions. Every day I write. Every day I think. Every day I read. Every day I ask questions. Every day I file. Every day I write. Every day I write. Every day I read. Every day I think. Every day I file. Every day I ask questions. Yes, I can do it in different orders, but every day. Doesn't matter whether you swing the axe left-handed or right-handed. You just got to hit the tree. Every day I read, file, think, ask questions, write, read, think, file, ask questions, write, read, think, file, ask questions, write. You say, now, John, what do you mean by every day? This is where it gets a little long sometimes. What I mean by every day is every day. Now you say, now let me. When you say every day, do you mean do you do that on Sunday? Every Sunday I read, think, file, ask questions, write. Do you do that on your birthday? Every birthday. Guess what? Every birthday I read, think, file, ask questions, write. Do you do that on Christmas? Guess what I do every Christmas? Every Christmas I read, think, file, ask questions, write. Do you do this when you're not feeling well? Can I tell you when I'm not feeling well? Even I'm not feeling well. Guess what I do every day? Every day I feel. When I'm not feeling well, I think, write, ask questions. Do all those things. Every day. You say every day. At the age of 17, I started filing. I've never missed a day. I don't have 100 quotes. I don't have 1,000 quotes. I have tens of thousands of quotes. I don't have 100 stories. I don't have 1,000 stories. I have 10,000 stories. Where did you get all those stories? Where'd you get all those quotes? Well, let me tell you something. Guess what I do every day? See, we overestimate what we can do in a day, and we underestimate what we can do in several days. And you got to understand. The secret of success is not the fact that, hey, I didn't say, hey, some days I get up and I write for 12 hours. And no. I didn't say I write all day. I didn't say I read all day. I didn't say I think all day. I didn't say I ask questions all day. I just said every day. Every day. You see, doing a little bit every day is a lot more important than doing a lot someday. And most people live in someday.
Okay, had to find out my button. Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to stop share here for a little bit. Okay, so I just love that so much. First of all, if you're ever looking for some professional development, go find you some John Maxwell. He's fantastic. Or even if you're just looking, even if you're like, oh, I'm not much of a reader, YouTube it. Look up for like Leadership by John Maxwell, Inspiration by John Maxwell. It's a really, really great thing for men. So what we're going to work on today is we're going to help you find your tree. Okay? Because maybe you have an idea of what your tree is, and maybe you don't. Maybe you think it's this tree, and maybe tonight you're going to figure out, actually, it's kind of really over here. So one of the things that I love about it is figuring out what we've got with our goal. So one, I'm going to make it really clear that it is so important to have goals, but more importantly, they need to really be attached to your purpose. Like there is a very different, we kind of talk about this idea of, finding your why, right? And figuring out, why are you doing this? Well, your why will change, but your purpose will not. Like when I started 8 years ago, I wanted a deep cover baker. Guess what? I have that now. Like that is not why I continue to do things. Well, then maybe the baker changed. Ooh, I want a cookware. I mean, guys, I remember when I was going after the 12-inch skillet, and I actually ordered the lid before I had the pan because I had some free product or whatever from a party that I could like afford the lid. And it was like, man, in faith, that pan's a coming. Okay. So like your why is going to change, but my purpose of wanting to serve, to be a good mom, to be able to help teach people, like that hasn't changed. And so when I've been able to set my goals forward and attach them to things that make me feel like I'm fulfilling my purpose, that's kind of when you become unstoppable. Okay. So I want you guys to think about what your tree is. So take a second and in the chat, tell us what your tree is. Maybe it's to promote to director. Maybe it's to earn the tumbler. Maybe it's to quit your job. And maybe it's to stick to a certain health diet. Tonight, you might realize your tree that we're going to talk about might not even be super Pampered Chef related. And that's okay. Because what we're going to do is we're going to focus in on one tree. Okay. And then you're going to take these skills that we're going to be doing in this workshop and be able to attach that to every single tree that you find. Okay. To be debt free, get out of debt, promote to director, love it. Okay, to promote to what, Debbie? Just go to Scotland. Ooh, Gina, take me.
Advanced.
Woo, there you go. See, and it's important for us to know that they're specific, right? Quit my job, girl, I did it, and I'm never going back. I remember sitting at a table with Melody Harper, and she'd like just quit her teaching job, and I was like, what? Like, that'd be really cool. Well, I'm not going back to that classroom. You can tell me that. Okay. To earn $500 monthly. Love that, Lori. Okay. Lots of promotes, re-promotes. Okay. Use Pampered Chef to pay off a car. Ooh, take pressure off your husband. Earn the cruise. Retire from childcare. Oh, bless you, Michelle, for being with the littles. I taught big kids for a reason. Okay. Okay. So you're going to see your trees look very different. And Pampered Chef might be a really big part of that. Like if you're working to promote in level, that's like obviously super Pampered Chef related. But like if you're working to earn a certain dollar amount or to have a different lifestyle or something like that, like Pampered Chef might just play a small portion of that. So it's so important for us to figure out how this is going to go in to be able to help you out. Ooh, learn to say no to people. What is your best yes, Kelly? Because you know what? It is okay to say no. I have been the queen of figuring out boundaries, and I might look a little mean, but I'm happier. Okay. So for you guys to figure out what your tree is. So we're going to work with a tree that you have, kind of walking along. and we are going to figure out how to chop it down. So now I want you to think about it. Something I love about this process is the rule of 5. If you are going after a little bit, okay, no one is going to deny that you're going to hit your goal. I want you to think, let's say we were trying to save $500 and all we could save is pennies. It might take a while, but is there any doubt that if we put a penny in there every day that we would hit $500? No, it's going to take a while, but we're going to get there. And so often we forget what that journey looks like and the steps of, well, here's the deal though. You got to keep putting a penny in. And maybe you got to sacrifice a little bit more and put a dime in. You know, you've got to be able to be willing to take those swings at whatever your tree is consistently. Okay, so does that make sense? So tell me about some of the tools that you have. What does your axe look like? If you're wanting to promote to director, or you're wanting to earn a cruise, or you're wanting to quit your job, what are some of the tools that you have that you're swinging? Go ahead and put those in the chat. Tell me what some of those look like. Dash, extra income, yep, earning the money, budgeting, contacting, networking, having social media skills. We've got recipes. People like food, come on. Having parties, okay, being your own boss, being in control of the time, recruiting. Love to cook and teach. I'm telling you right now, if you want a trip, you need to recruit. So those of you that thinking I've never recruited and I'm going to earn a trip, you better change your habits. Live videos, advancing. Okay, good. So what we're looking, we want these tangible things are your tools. Okay, the tangible things are your tools. Love it. Online courses, your personality, true story, love to help people. Okay, so there you have tools in your tool belt. So what you need to figure out is which one is most effective. I could go attack a tree with a screwdriver. I could. I'm probably going to injure myself. It's going to take a lot longer. Like, I just need to figure out how to get the right tool for the right job. And so as we're going through and figuring out your tree, we're also going to work on figuring out what are the tools. And maybe we go, I know I need an axe, but I don't have one. I know I need to recruit, but I do not have that skill yet. I need to work on it. And then we'll break it down just to how do we get that skill. Okay, are you with me so far? We doing okay? Okay, good. Because we're going to hang out for a little bit. Okay, so hold on. Let me see. Let me look at my notes, because if you have not discovered, it's easy for me to get off on a tangent. Okay, so something else that we want to make sure that we're doing is that we're also have some different way to measure our success. Okay, if you do not know, do not know that the things that you're doing are helping you get towards the goal, then you're probably doing the wrong things. There needs to be something where you feel like there's tangible progress and connection. Okay. Now, some of the things that we do, sometimes it takes a little while for us to figure out if it is going worthwhile. Like, how many of you have sent out 100 messages and been ignored 85 times and gotten 10 no's? And you're like, okay, am I even doing what's supposed to happen? And then suddenly the last 5 people are like, sure. Or like, this doesn't happen very often. I just got somebody that just Facebooked me out of the blue. Hey, do you do virtual parties? I think I want to have a Pampered Chef party. Why, yes, I do. Thank you, fish that jumped into my boat, because that doesn't happen. Okay. So, because I want to be like, because I just got rejected by a whole lot of people I asked today. And so that was kind of nice that someone came out of nowhere. Okay. But you need to figure out how to figure out what those skills look like, and that you're actually having some measurable progress so that you know if what you're doing is right. Like, sometimes it takes a lot of swings at the tree and it's not moving yet. And you're like, okay, the bark is kind of, I don't know. I mean, I guess there's something there, but this is like a really big tree. And I feel like, is this even happening at anything? Okay. So making sure that you have the ability to have something that's going to measure what you do. And then we're going to also look into figuring out how to break this down. Okay, so ready? We are going to actually work in a document together. So I'm going to get this out here. So hold on. I'm going to share this little document. Hit share the link. And you're going to all be able to go in there and mess with it. Hot shots. Go, oops, go worksheet. Okay, so I'm going to put it in the chat here. Okay, I just put a Google Doc in the chat. So what I want you guys to do is to go ahead and click on that and have yourself go on in that document. I'm going to screen share again. It's probably going to be blurry at first here for a little bit. Okay, and we're going to get our anonymous Aruk. What's an Aruk? A dingo? Beaver? Capybara? It's like a giant hamster. Okay, and what we're going to do, okay, don't fill anything out yet. But what we're going to do is we're going to walk through this exercise together, that if we have figured out our tree, we're going to start claiming it and working it through with this process. And again, this works with anything. If you have a team and working with your download, this works with any goal. I don't care if it's a health goal, a mental goal, a financial goal, whatever it is. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to go in, and in this document, we're all typing together, but you're going to put your name, and then you're going to say what you want. I want to earn a cruise. I don't know. Okay, you're going to say, I want, and then whatever it is. And then just be careful, because sometimes it's easy to bully each other because you were all trying to claim the same space. Okay, and then don't go past. Keep it in between my why do you want it. So it's going to be in this space. Okay, so everybody's going to go in there and be writing their things. And what we're going to do is we're going to work together to have some tangible things written down. And then, of course, Harper, I'm going to make sure, I mean, you should have the link too, but I'll make sure that I send you the access or whatever, so you have the ability to follow up with people. Okay. And have it be something specific to re-promote to director. Love it. Okay, I want to advance to at least advanced director this year. Okay, so who is the anonymous chinchilla? I want to advance to at least advanced director this year. Okay. Is advanced director all you want? That at least kind of makes me be like, we shouldn't have minimums. Maybe we should change the wording of that. Some of you guys are like fighting over. Make sure you put your names first, my friends. Did some of you guys already delete my stuff? You did. Look at you guys. Don't touch my things. What do you want? Here, I'll color code them. It'll be red, like, don't touch me, I'm hot in a fire. How's that? Okay. I want to be debt-free. I want to earn. I want to pay off debt. Okay, so Christine, I am going to encourage you on this one. Christine, on yours. You want to pay off debt. Is there a particular credit card or something that you're going after? Like, are you trying to be 100% debt-free? Like, what is your tree look like? Because right now you're looking at a forest. And that can get real intimidating. So let's pick a tree. Maybe it's a credit card, maybe it's a car payment, maybe it's a extra building, I don't know. But let's be a little bit more specific with that. Okay, Christy, in income, what does that look like? What amount is going to prove to you that you can do this? $1? 5,000? Like what dollar amount makes you think it's successful? A successful business.
I wanted to put something so you wouldn't gripe that I wasn't doing it.
If you guys don't know, I'm going to call you out, guys. I taught speech and writing workshops for over a decade, and I will call you out. But the whole purpose of why this is so powerful, doing it in a workshop style like this, is if you were just sitting alone with your paper, you probably would have put an income and been totally fine. But now you're sitting there going, oh, God, she's going to call me out. And you put a number, okay? Because some of you might recognize, like Christy right away is like, oh, God, she's going to yell at me. I just want to focus on Pampered Chef. Okay, so Michelle, what does focus mean? Does that mean have a certain number of parties? Does that mean stare at Dash for 17 hours a day? I mean, I don't know what focus means. Does it mean have set business hours? You're going to want to figure out what that means, because that's really, like, again, you're looking at a forest. You're not going to have any idea what that looks like. It's whatever this one is. It says, I want to just focus on Pampered Chef. I don't know what that means.
Oh, I want to quit my daycare job. I own a home daycare, and I just want to focus on my Pampered Chef business.
Okay, so I want to quit my daycare job is very much more concrete, something that we can go measure than just focusing, right? Because we can focus on Pampered Chef all we want and not be earning the income that we need to quit that job.
Yeah, no, I need to earn the income.
Yep. So we've got to figure out what that looks like. And maybe this even looks like, so in order to quit your daycare job, what dollar amount do you need to be earning monthly?
6,000.
Okay. So I want to earn $6,000 a month. Do you see how now suddenly it's very focused
Yes.
on what the task is? And if you're earning that, you're going to get to quit your job and you were focusing, right?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else I need to pick on, or how are we guys doing? Or the rest of you fixing them as I'm coaching along here? Enough payment to pay my car payments every month. Okay, so Dina, on this one, love it. Okay, a car payment is a specific amount. What dollar amount is that? I want to make. And are you only wanting to earn enough money for the car payment, or are you wanting the car payment wiped out plus having some extra? So adjust kind of what that looks like. I want to get my Scotland trip this year. Okay, so Gina, is this just something that you're just planning a trip, or does this have something to do with other incentives or anything like that?
This was actually why I signed up with Pampered Chef almost 2 years ago. And it was not possible because my husband had knee surgery this year. So we had to postpone it. And I've had times where I've struggled, like last year and this year both. December was dead for me. Absolutely dead. No, but everybody was like, no, sorry, we're shopping. Already.
So
and
do you know, I don't mean to cut you off, but I think that we're going down a different trip. So do you know how much it costs to get you to Scotland?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm halfway there.
I would put that dollar amount. Like maybe I want to earn my other $5,000 so that I can get my Scotland trip or something. Make sure that tree is very clear. It is so important that you guys are able to really see what it is that you're attacking. To be able to know, the more concrete that you can create a goal, the better, because you've got to convince your brain that it's doable. When you see numbers and really like quantitative things that are in there, even like a promotion, I want to advance to senior director. We know that means, 3 first-gen directors and 1 second-gen director. We can at least like quantify that somehow. And then we're going to go into the next steps that are going to help you guys break down a little bit further. Okay, so then.
How do you type on the document?
Did you click on the link in the chat?
Yes.
Okay, so then you should be able to just type in there.
It won't let me.
That I don't know what to tell you. That I'm unsure. If for some reason you had to just write it on a piece of paper.
I had to hit one of those markers.
Oh, depending on your computer, if you have it like tapped off for like screen share or something like that might be. Okay, and then Dina, I'm gonna move you up because I think you just typed in a different spot. So I'm gonna put you back up here.
Do you have to have a computer?
It shouldn't. It might be a little bit angrier at you because you're trying to do Zoom and this at the same time on a phone.
I did it on my phone.
Yeah, so it might be. But for the purpose of the exercise, if for some reason you're having trouble with that, just go and write it down on a piece of paper because the goal is just that we're having some concrete things that are going on. Okay. So, Dina, why did we just delete you? Or did you have 2? Oh, there you go, because you had 2. I think you had it down there. There you go, yep. Okay, so now we're going to figure out, we're going to be on this page. We're going to go down to the why do you want it. So you might say, I want to quit my job so that, again, go and put your name. And then type your, why do you want this? So that what? Why do you want to quit your daycare job? What is going to help you in your life with that? Why do you want to go to Scotland? Why is that important? Okay. Why do you want to be debt free? Why would that enhance your current life circumstances? Okay. So I can give back to others. Awesome. Does that look like anything specific for you, April? Does that look like monthly supporting someone? Does that look like starting a nonprofit? Does that look like, I don't know, funding your orphanage? I don't know. I have a friend that runs an orphanage, and one of my dreams is to fund her grocery bill every single month. Love to do that. It's an extra $500 a month that has nothing to do, our savings, everything like that would be taken care of. And I would just be like, here, take it. So that I want to. Okay, so like Pamela says, hey, if I hit this title, that's going to help me get a target earnings. So I can take my kids on yearly vacations, take some pressure off my husband. Yep. Do you have credit cards? I can save for a year. Okay, good, awesome. If we're debt free, suddenly we can start doing something fun with this money, right? Okay, let's go do something else fun with it. I remember how awesome it was. I paid off about $50,000 worth of student debt in a year. When I finally decided to be like, okay, that's it. I'm sick of paying this much. Like, let's just be done. I want to be able to be debt free, because I knew I wanted to quit my job, and I knew in order to do that, I had to be debt free, because I needed to not have to be paying all these other bills, so that my income number that I had to hit or whatever that was mandatory wasn't as big. Since my time to finally go, to not have to worry about ready to be done with living month to month finally. Good. Because yeah, man, guys, I tell you, that living month to month, it's crazy. I remember counting the groceries in my cart. I don't like it. Okay, I love being at the grocery store today with my kids, and my kid pointed at the pudding, and I said, sure, put it in the cart. Even though I was like, oh, it's kind of a ripoff, and she's the only one that's gonna eat it. Like, I love telling them to pick out whatever, so they each get to pick out their own box of cereal. Like, part of me is like, oh my gosh, it's garbage, but whatever. I make you eat so much other stuff that when you're having this on Saturday morning, I guess it doesn't really matter. But like, there is a different life on the other side of chopping that tree for you. And we want to make sure you know why. To not have to worry about the car repo man. I mean, guys, that's real stuff. If you ever lived a life, I'm very blessed that I haven't, but I remember my sister telling me that she hated that every day when she got out of work and she went to the parking lot, she was scared that her car would be gone. I can't even imagine living with that stress and fear, and how that would change everything that is involved with that. Be sure to, some of you guys, make sure you're putting your names on there. I want to make sure that Melody has a chance to be able to do some follow-up, and your leaders will be able to do some follow-up, and to help you kind of put these together all in one thought, okay? Okay, so now, oops, we're going to go, oops, I'm going to erase your name. Oops, here, hold on. I'm going to erase yours, Don, and put you back up here because you're in my specific time want now. Oops. Here, hold on, Don. I'm going to backspace your 400 because you need to come up here to up above that. So now the third spot that we're going to do, let me go and color code this, is when do you want it by? I'll color code the red so you guys know to do it below the red again. Okay, and it's possible, depending on what you have, you know, like if we're trying to earn a trip in a certain time period, okay, if we're trying to earn a promotion by conference so that we can be screaming at you in red, yellow, blue, purple, I don't know, okay. Maybe you're saying, I want to do this monthly. I want to have this repeated every month. I want to have $500 extra. Okay, so have there be some sort of a quantity. And there's a couple different schools of thought with putting a date on it. If you guys have ever worked through SMART goals and things like that, it is very, like SMART goals teach you that it's really important to have a timestamp on it so that you know if you're making progress. If you're a Rachel Hollis fan, you might know that she is like, I don't like putting times on things, because then that sends a message that if you didn't hit it within that time that you failed. But think of all the progress that you've made. I do like time things because it helps you reevaluate. If I could always say that I would like to promote, okay, well then how do I know if I'm actually making any progress? I need to figure out if any of the work that I'm doing or any of my swings gaining traction. Are they helping me chop my tree down? Because if my tree is still standing there, I either need to figure out, is it just a really, really, really big tree? Maybe the tree's bigger and stronger than I thought it was, so that's okay. Or maybe I'm hitting it with a screwdriver, right? Okay. So while having dates, it's really important to know that your dates can change and adjust as you get close to them, as you're adjusting your plans. Okay, but don't adjust a date just because you're like, I haven't done anything. Adjust your work before you adjust the date. Okay? Like our team is working to be a senior executive team, and we're actively working to promote directors and do things like that. But man, the amount of times I've adjusted that date and the amount of times I've even taken a step back and be like, okay, here's the deal. We're going to really work on consistency first. We're going to see if we can hit executive structure 3 months in a row first, because in order to promote to senior, we've got to hit senior structure 3 months in a row, right? So to be able to take a deep breath and go, okay, I do still want that, but maybe I'm not quite ready for that yet. Maybe I need to take a step back and really work on consistency at getting paid at the executive level. And then figure out what an appropriate date would be for that next level promotion. Okay, if you're going, man, I really want to promote to advanced director, and you're not green yourself every single month, I'm just saying, not that it's bad to have that goal, but then we're going to have to start figuring out what are those journey parts in between. Okay, ready? You guys are doing, okay, as soon as possible. Dina, that's not an answer. So like 4 seconds from now, did you fail at that? Like, what is it? Give us a number. You need a date. It's going to take work, friend. Okay, monthly by July. Love it. You look at specific. Okay. Hold on. Okay, so here is where we're going to get into the nitty-gritty. This is where if you're doing this right, you might be mad that I made you have the feelies. Okay, get to this. Why is this important? Sorry, in my little. This is important because, again, put your name and tell us why it's important. Why is it important? Why does it matter that you are debt-free by the end of the year? Why does it matter that you have a house? And don't give me the crappy, like what you think I want to hear. Doesn't help you at all. Why is it important? Why does it matter? Why does this make you feel significant if you were able to make it to leadership? What is it about walking that stage and having that promotion date set before conference just give you that that's going to make you do it when things are hard? Okay, why is it important to take the pressure off of your husband? What would that look like for your marriage? You know, I mean, like, what does that, why is that important? Why is it important to take your kids on vacations every year? Did you not ever get to travel? Do you know that that's where those memories are made? Is that where you connect with them? Is that where you feel like you finally can go plug in with them guilt-free? Like, why is this important? And being in debt does suck. Because what does that do to your family, your marriage, your feeling of self-worth, your work at your other job, your ability to, you know, feel good about yourself and take care of other things in your life? I mean, like, really figure that out. Why is it important to prove to yourself that you can succeed? What was going on that other people have told you that you're a failure? And it's your time to say, no, I'm not. Love it, Leslie. Good. Mm-hmm. Okay, and Pamela, why would paying for those bills make a significant impact on your life or on your family? Because I want my kids to have them to myself. I mean, like, Michelle, I can picture myself crying over that.
I was really blessed my last couple of years teaching. I taught for a virtual school, so I got to be home with them. But man, I mean, I remember very vividly locking myself in the bathroom when my 4-year-old was coming after me, okay, for something. She wanted something, and my students were like, Miss Lexi, did you just lock yourself in the bathroom? And I was like, I just need 15 more minutes to finish this British literature class.
And I hated it. I hated, even with the flexibility and the love that I had for teaching, I hated that my kids didn't get all of me. I hated that I was still on someone else's clock. Oh my gosh, right, Sheila? Because it creates marital strife. It creates a sense like, guys, the thing is, I mean, money isn't everything, but let me tell you, like, I'm a strong believer that the devil uses it as one of his favorite tools. He's either going to keep it from you and try to kill your marriage, or he's going to give you a whole bunch of it and try to get fulfilled the other way. Like, I just feel like there is so much with it. So being able to figure out how to take some control and to be able to have those conversations and not be in those tight spots so that you can take that pressure off of blaming or feeling inadequate to each other, like, it is big. Love it. Yep. Good. Be with my kids more. And Lynn, why is it important to be with your kids more? Why is that significant? Okay. So hopefully you have a chance where you're starting to see it. You know what that tree is. It's standing alone. It's there, and you've zoned in on it, and it is important. You have decided this is what we're going to do. So now let's start figuring out, okay, what are our tools? In order to do this, I intend to what? What are you going to do? And specific actions, not get bookings. I'm going to reach out to 100 people every week. I'm going to consistently message every member of every party that I have and invite them to the business. I'm going to consistently ask my host 5 times. I am going to consistently finally write down my leads so that I don't lose some of the payout that can come in the follow-up. I'm going to religiously make sure that I have 5 people that are attending every opportunity. I don't know, like, what does it look like? I'm going to book 15 parties every month. What does that look like? So that's going to be under this with the specific actions I need to take. Okay, and specific things. If you say book more shows, recruit more, I'm going to come after you. Okay, that doesn't help you. Okay, Sabrina, you don't know. Let's figure it out. Let me find you up here. Okay, so you are wanting to financially contribute to take some pressure off your husband, is that right? Okay, so in order to do that, if we go way back to the basics, right, we need shows on our calendar because shows are what give us paychecks, right? What is a specific activity that you could do to make contacts to reach out for bookings? Maybe you're going, I don't even know. And so maybe you go even a step further and you say, I am going to reach out to my director and get an individual coaching call so that I can get some scripts and some tools in my belt. Because I feel like right now I'm staring at this tree and I don't have anything. But your tool could be going out and finding that information. Does that make sense? Good. I love how you guys have a lot of like 25 two-way contacts. Contact 5 people a day, 30 minutes a day. Set a timer, friends. Okay, and so like Dawn, for your organizing yourself consistently, does that look like having a to-do list? Does that look like having a planner that you're sticking to? What does that look like? Look at Kelly being an overachiever. Hold on. I'm going color code. So now after you've had that, you have something specific. Now we have a specific tool. So what's our action plan? Okay, you're going to set a timer every day for 30 minutes. Every Tuesday, you're going to have a power hour. Okay, you are going to maybe you're like, man, I really struggle with time management. I know I need to get that under control. Maybe you're going to do a time diary where you're going to log for, for an entire day. Every 15 minutes, tell yourself what you did. Write it down. By the way, if you are struggling with time management and you just feel like there's a lot of time lost, I do encourage you to do a time study because, man, they are powerful. I remember especially with my last year, because my kids are 9, 5, and 1. So like last year I had like pretty small baby. And then I had like a 4-year-old in half school preschool, and I had a kid at this other school that was doing like spirit days and like type of activities. And I was like, what is wrong with me? Why can't I get more done in the day? I was like, I don't understand. I mean, I have nap time. there are times in the day where I should be able to do something. Then when I did a time study, it blew my mind. I kept thinking that I was able to do more things during this lunch period from when I picked up my kid from school to when I would put them down to a nap. I thought, well, while the kids are eating, I can make some messages or whatever. Like once I did a time study, I found out just how many times I got interrupted, just how long it actually took for me to get both kids lunch, sitting at the table, fed, cleaned up, and down for nap. That was a solid 90-minute process. And once I saw that in my time study, it was okay for me to let that 90 minutes go, not expecting to be productive because I had something else going on. Okay. Set aside specific times of the day. Maybe you have a spouse that isn't super supportive. Maybe you need to have a heart-to-heart. Okay. Maybe you need to tell your kids, here's the deal. Mommy is working and I would love to play with you, but I'm going to set this timer. Okay. When this timer comes off, you come to me, and then we'll do your puzzle. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Maybe you need to tell your kids and your husband, like every Saturday morning from 9 to 11, I'm going to Starbucks and I'm going to go have some me time and I'm going to get some work done. I don't know what it looks like, but what are some action plans that you're going to have to put this into place? I need to set more time for this to succeed. So Sabrina, what's your specific action plan? Do you have 30 minutes a day? Is there, I don't know if you work full time or I don't know what you've got going on. Is there like a specific day of the week where you have a chunk of time? For example, I have a senior director on my team. She's a nurse, full-time nurse. She's got 2 young kids. Okay. They're very active with different stuff, but Tuesdays are her day off from nursing. So when the kids are at school, that is her Pampered Chef day, and she runs it like a marathon, because she knows that the rest of the week she can't. Okay, so consistently work on time management. What does that look like, Pamela? Are you reading a time management book? Are you going to write down all your tasks? Are you going to start using a timer? April, your idea with the prioritized family and work time, man, I tell you, if you do some sort of a time study and you set something out, and I don't know what kind of if you have kids or hubby or whatever, but if that is a struggle for you and you do something where you go, okay, so on, like this Tuesday night, I'm hanging out with my oldest kid. We're going to hang out, watch a show they want to watch, snuggle, play a game. I don't know, whatever it would be. I'm going to take them out for ice cream, coffee. Okay. When I look at my week, I know that Fridays for the most part are untouchable. That's family movie night. Every once in a while I might have a cooking show, but when my children decided that they wanted family movie nights on Friday, I told them, okay, now I'm primarily virtual, so it doesn't happen a whole lot, but I'm like, you have to be okay. Sometimes mommy might be at a show and it might just be family movie night without mommy. And like, we had that discussion though, and they were included with it. They still wanted it to be a consistent Friday thing. So I was like, okay. But for the most part, I blocked that out. I know that I'm not going to be messaging. My team knows that I'm not going to be messaging them on Friday night. I'm in a movie for 3 hours and we're just watching it on our couch or whatever, eating dinner. But like, it's family movie and bedtime. Like, they know to not expect a response from me. Ooh, set alarms. Love it. Okay. So now here's the fun part. Here's where our belief can get in the way. But now, okay, we've got a dream. We've got some plans. How and with whom will I celebrate this? So you're, right, when I accomplish this, I will celebrate by, and here's where I want you to get like awkwardly specific. Okay. I remember when I was working to earn Paris, and someone walked me through this exercise, and I was like, oh, I'll go out to eat. We'll go out to eat as a family. Yay! Like, I mean, that wasn't super exciting. So the person was like, no, you got to figure out where are you going? And I was like, okay, you know what? You're right. We're not just going to go out to eat. We're going to go to my favorite restaurant, which is like an hour and a half away. And we're going to get a babysitter and the kids aren't coming. And I am going to wear that blue dress that my husband likes. And I'm going to drink a little martini and I'm going to eat all the chocolate fondue. It's going to be awesome. Like, and you know, I could picture the time I got to spend with my husband in the car, just the two of us. Like, I was like, that's what we're going to do. That suddenly excited me a whole lot more than going to Texas Roadhouse, corralling all of the children and trying to get them not to eat all the rolls. Right? Okay. Be specific. Who's going to be there and how are you going to celebrate it? What kind of cake is it? Sheila or someone's making a cake. What kind? What's it look like? Is it a layer cake? Is it made out of pumpkin? Describe it to me. What's it shaped like? Is it shaped like a bone? Okay, Michelle, what does your moment to yourself look like? Celebrating with your family and your team. What are you guys doing? What are you doing with your family? Are you guys coloring in a chart? Are you having, you know, I don't know, going to a water park for the day or something like that on the first day that it's just you guys? What does it look like? Plan a trip. Where's the trip, Chrissy? Is it somewhere warm? Is it really far away? Is it a weekend? Is it a week long? Ooh, girls' day with your daughter. Christine, where are you going? Is it a spa? Is it mani-pedis? Is it happening on a Saturday? Is it like an overnight? What are you doing? Paint that dream, baby. Someone created a footer just for fun, kicks and giggles. Format. Okay, I haven't been checking in the chat box, so I should probably catch up for some of you guys that are yelling at me probably. All right, great. Okay, so Tricia says she's not sure what your tool is. Her space keeps getting invaded. Yep, so pen and paper probably for you. Okay. So not knowing what your tool is. So at this point, your tool is your recruiter and your director. Okay, Dash, your recruiter and your director. You know, I tell people all the time, I'm like, here's the deal. I'm like, I'm good at onboarding people now, but I used to suck. But it's not up to me to have my recruit be successful. Because you being part of this lets me know that you all have access to Harper and she knows how to get you started. So whatever excuse you might be thinking about, well, so-and-so didn't do this and I didn't have this and I didn't, go straight to the top if you're not getting what you need. Harper's probably like, don't I tell them all to message me? But the reality is if you're not getting what you need from where you know how to get it, then go find more. Go find more knowledge, more information, whatever you need to do. Okay, so now you guys are still typing in there. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing the screen. Okay, so here's what I want you guys to think of. I know some of you guys are still kind of finishing it out. Some of you might be like, man, that's great. I thought it all out. I've got it covered now. I've got it covered. Okay. If you have a pen and paper, go find your spots and write it down in an actual format. Like I want to, so that by blah, blah, blah. This is important to me because here are the specific action plans I'm going to take, the specific steps and action plans I'm going to take, and I will celebrate by this. Okay, I'm going to give Harper access to this so that she can post this or give you guys or have access for you to be able to have it. If you guys have If you just save it or star it or add it to your favorites or whatever, message the link to yourself. I don't know, something so you have access to it. If you're going, I'm not finished and we're going to close. Okay. Hopefully what you guys were able to see tonight is that setting a goal and a dream takes some work. Like there's some effort in it. Sometimes, maybe you went into the Dash training and you're like, my goal is to earn $100. Okay, great. But like, if you haven't spent some time really thinking about it and manipulating the system and figuring out how to get there, you're not owning that goal. If you cannot see it so clearly, how are you going to own it and say, this is mine. This is important to me because of this. This is my goal. It's not Melody's job to get me this goal. It's not Debbie's job to help me with this. This is mine. Like, this is up to me. And then figuring out, how do I solve it? So what resources do I have? How do I go out and figure out what I need to do with it? We have to be accountable to ourselves. And then going out and actually doing the work. We're all busy. And we all have stories. We all have stories. Like, there are going to be things that might get you off track. Okay, but that doesn't mean you have to stop. I had someone on my team talking about like, oh my goodness, you're just so great. This is just so awesome. You're just so good at what you do. But I'm like, okay, here's the deal. I look pretty good right now, but it's just because I'm higher up on the mountain because I didn't stop climbing. It's just because I kept going. I heard someone the other day on Facebook and they were talking about, a lot of times they, I'll try, like I said, I'll get Harper the link, Angela. It's probably just scrolled way up in the top, and if you're on a phone, that's probably really tricky. But I heard someone talking the other day about how they were in a different direct sales business, and someone was telling them, oh, I could never do what you do. It's just so hard. I mean, I just couldn't do it. Like, you just get told no all the time, the rejection, and I've got so much going on. Like, it would just be too hard to do what you do. You know what's hard? You know what's really hard? Fighting with your husband all the time because you guys don't have enough money to pay the bills. You know what's hard? Dropping that baby off at daycare when you know that 4 of those kids are sick and your kid's just waiting for it. You know what's hard? Telling your kid no to those lessons or whatever they wanted that they would love, but there is no way you have that in the budget. You know what's hard? Driving around that car that you're embarrassed to be in. That you're worried that if it's even going to get you to work. You know what's hard? Working for someone who doesn't appreciate you and putting in 40 hours that suck and coming home to your family exhausted to where you can't even be your best self. You know what's hard? Living with regret and feeling worthless. That's hard. So while both things are hard, you get to pick which one you do. You get to pick and choose your hard. So I want you to remember that when you're going after your goals and you're running into these situations that you're feeling like, oh man, I just can't do this anymore. It is hard. I get it. Okay. The fish don't jump in a boat. And for all I know, this host is crazy. Okay. Right? Like, it's hard, but it is better than not getting the things that you want. It is better than not having a dream and living it. It is better than not being a better version of yourself. Okay? How we doing? That was a full hour full of Lutsky. Could you handle it? Okay, Miss Harper, I will turn it back over to you.
Thank you, friend. That's awesome. I love it. And Trina and I have done exercises like this a few times, and the same questions that she asked you guys are the same questions that we got asked as well when we were like, oh, I just want to do this. And they're like, take it deeper. What else? And what else? And what else? And what else? But it really helps you dig deep and really figure out the details to what you really, truly want out of this business. And you guys have heard me say, it isn't always easy. And there are ups and downs and things about the business. When hosts cancel or your calendar's not the way that you want it or whatever. But it also is a choice every day to decide what you want from your business and what you're going to do about it. Because there's been a lot of times that I could have had the choice to give up, but I chose not to. And I'm thankful every day that I continue to push on no matter what. So writing down those goals, guys, is super, super hard. So, but it's going to be really, really good for you to have it in front of you with an exact plan of what you need to do. So she'll share the document with me, and I will get it posted so you guys can go back and look through it if you didn't get to write everything down. But 2020 is all about a vision and going after that vision and going after your goals and not letting 2020 slip by you and being at the end of the year saying, man, I wish I would have whatever. Because we're at the very beginning right now, and you have a choice to make the most of it. And you have the option now to make a plan and go for it. So let's do this, and let's make 2020 our year. So, but thank you, friend. Appreciate you. All right, guys, we're going to jump off here, and let's get to it. Bye, guys.